Hey guys, welcome back to Geared Forwards. My name's Paul, and today we have a collection of budget items to boost your EDC. Now, the premise of this video is going to be I'm going to show you 5 different items, all of which are going to come in at under £10, which is roughly $10 when you consider sales tax in the US. That's just a rough rule of thumb. Either way, these are very affordable items, so without further ado, let's get into it. Now, our first item might look a little bit familiar. This is a waterproof notepad, and I've featured the big brother of this one on the channel before. As you can see, this one is absolutely tiny. Let's give you a little bit of a size reference. Here it is next to a 91mm Swiss Army knife, a 58mm Classic, and just because we can, here it is next to the ruler on the back of its big brother. Now, this item in particular is great because carrying around a notepad can be very useful, but even more pocket-friendly versions like this can be a little bit cumbersome, especially if you tend to wear jeans, don't carry a bag, that kind of thing. Whereas this is small enough that it will easily fit into any pocket, and it will even fit into quite a lot of different pouches and pocket organizers as well. Now, this is of course stone paper. It's entirely waterproof. You can write on it, throw some water on it, get it soaked in the rain, accidentally put it through the wash, and when it dries it'll be entirely fine, and as long as the ink was dry when water came into contact with it, it should resemble it just fine. This is a fantastic product, and if you're going to carry paper, I highly recommend you carry stone paper or another form of waterproof paper. It's just very versatile, and having done a job where I had to write on paper in heavy storms, I wish I had something like this at the time. How much this is going to set you back is of course actually pretty reasonable. That's the point of the video. This is going to cost you about £4. However, if you buy a 2-pack, it gets a little bit cheaper, whereas you can get 2 for I believe about £6. Now, we're just going to touch on that 2-pack thing. One thing I personally don't like in YouTube videos, and so will strictly avoid on my channel, is when there is a price listed, price target, and then it's stuff like, well, this is in a multi-pack and the multi-pack is more expensive, but if you divide the pack by however many items are in it, it's actually within price. No, everything in this under £10 video is actually going to be under £10 no matter how many things come in it, and that's just going to be a founding principle as I continue to do these price videos. Some of you might be wondering why this is such a colourful price. Well, that is actually leading into our next item, which is these bad boys. Now, you might remember something similar to this from your childhood, and these are the grown-up version of them. These are pens with 4 different colours in them. I remember always wanting to have a pen like this as a kid. If you had one in class, you were the cool kid. However, their quality was always not good, shall we say, and the design was always a bit fine to go in a kid's pencil case, but wasn't really something that you might enjoy carrying from an aesthetic point of view. So that's where this comes in. This is by Pentel. It is the iZee. See if I can actually get the text to focus. There we go. Now, this comes in a 3-pack. I got all 3 of these pens together, and that was £6 for all 3 of them. So you can actually buy a multi-pack and then give some out as gifts, give some to your kid, keep some in the office, at home, scatter them about however much you want. Each one has 4 colours, however each one has a different combination of 4 colours. So let's get into some of the shared aspects before we go into the individual colours. Each one is going to have this metal looking clip. I'm pretty sure the clip itself is probably still just a hard plastic, but it's on this flexible bit of metal here, and the clip does an okay job. It has a nice little Pentel symbol up at the top, looks kind of classy. Down on the bottom half of the pen we have some gripping texture. Apologies for the focus issues. And it does separate about halfway up, revealing the different inserts. Now the fact that you can take this apart does mean that you can potentially take them all apart and mix and match and get the desired color range you want in the body color you want. So there is some low-hanging fruit for modding here. Each one is a slightly different body color. This is obviously the easiest to stand out, but this is more navy blue and this is more of it purple. Now the navy blue has blue, green, red and black. The purple has blue, black, green and purple. And this more like powder blue, baby blue, has blue, purple, a pink that's kind of stretching into the purple spectrum a little bit, and orange. Now, these are very comfortable to write with. I've enjoyed using them since I've got them. I've had them about a week now. I will say one thing to be aware of is, first of all, if you buy these in the UK, and all the links to these items will be in the description down below. The seller that I got these from kind of just put these in a plastic bag. There was no damage to the items when they arrived, but a bunch of plastic pens in a plastic bag in a courier system could potentially lead to some trouble. And they are all individually barcoded. Now I did remove the sticker on this one. However, the residue left over, this is a foil based sticker, is quite a bit of a pain to remove. It's a little bit easier if you've got a product like Goo Gone, or you could even use some lighter fluid if you really want, although I'm not entirely sure how the plastic will hold up in terms of smell and discoloration. So just bear that in mind. There's a small chance with the seller I used at least that they could come damaged. This didn't happen in my case. And moving the stickers can be a little bit of a pain if you want to do that. So that's item number 2, but moving on into item number 3 with still a colourful theme. Now this next item is, I'm sure, familiar to most, if not all of you. This is the classic disposable lighter by Bic. This is specifically the Mini Bic. Let's go ahead and get that size reference again. Here it is next to a 58mm, and they're practically the same height when you take into consideration the strike wheels. And this does come in a pack of 5. I only have 2 here because mine are scattered in different kits, as you may have seen on the channel previously. Now, you do get different colors. There was in the pack black, blue, pink, these colors. And you get 5 of them for about £5, and with the seller I use at least, you get 1 additional item. When I bought these, it was a flimsy little silicone lighter holder, but now at the time of recording, it's kind of a portable ashtray. If you smoke, that might be of use to you. Otherwise, it's kind of just a little popper case that you might be able to repurpose for other EDC uses. Why you might want to carry a lighter is pretty simple. Fire is useful. Whether or not you're lighting candles, getting the top of a stove going, lighting a log burner or a campfire. But I personally use a lighter quite a lot for singeing threads. You can always cut a thread off on a shirt, a pouch or whatever. However, I find that if you just trim it mostly to length and leave a little bit behind and then just take a little bit of fire to it, that singeing will help stop it unraveling further and is just a better way to make a little bit of a repair. Now the Mini Bic does make it very easy to carry. The fact that it comes in different colors means that you can mix and match and get that aesthetic look matching your EDC, so that you can post those pretty pictures on your image sharing platform of choice. And the fact that they're disposable is not great for the environment. They're not refillable in this version. However, they do last a long time. I don't personally use lighters that heavily, and when I do, I rotate through them enough that these have lasted me a good long time. So Mini Bics pack of 5 with a free gift for £5. And item number 4 is by Nite Ize, a company that's probably very familiar to many of you EDC enthusiasts. This is the Microlock S-Biner. Now, an S-Biner is quite simply a carabiner that has a general S shape and opens at the bottom and the top. The benefit to this is that you're able to clip things to different sides. So let me just give you an example of that with a sneak preview. So you can have things separate for whatever reason that you might want to do that, keep things a little bit away. An example that you could use this for is, say, have a car key on one side and then other keys or keychain tools on the other. Or you could have everything on one side and use the other side to attach it to, say, a belt loop, another keychain attachment, a lanyard, that kind of thing. Now, this name Microlock is referring to this little plastic tab, which, as you can see, the gate is just easily openable, but when you rotate that little tab, it acts as a lock to stop it coming accidentally undone. Now, as somebody who has lost things from carabiners that have had their gates come open or not perfectly closed in the past, I was a big fan of this feature, and I highly recommend a locking carabiner of some kind to be part of most people's lives if they like to carry things that matter to them. And let's face it, losing your house key is a very big inconvenience when you're working a night shift. I may be speaking from experience there. I do like this. Despite its small form, it is actually pretty sturdy. This size in particular is rated to hold 3 pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but given the size of it, it's not really going to be holding that much to begin with. However, Nite Ize does have S-biners in varying sizes. This is an example of a larger one, and as you can see, this one is actually rated to hold 100 pounds or 45.4 kilograms. This one is not locking. However, I do believe they do make slightly larger locking ones as well. Now, this comes in a 2-pack for, I believe it was, sorry, just getting this off, £5 for 2 3-pound microlocks. And given that you're getting multiples of them and it's only £5 for something that could save you from losing something worth a lot more, I think that is excellent value and highly recommend it. Fifth and finally, we have our last item, a little keychain light. This is the Olight i3e EOS. This has been around, slightly changed over the years for a very long time now, and this is coming in at, we'll just get this out the way first, if you buy this standardly, £9.95, so right underneath our £10 limit. However, this is Olight. Every month they have a sale. They frequently have given away different colours of these just for placing an order, and if you place nothing on that order, you can get the free one for £5 shipping in the UK, which makes it £5. However, on Amazon they also have sales on their store as well, and I originally bought my first i3e from Amazon. It was a black version. It was in 2021, I believe, for about £7. So you can easily get this light for free or definitely a lot cheaper, but even at full price, it is well within our budget here. Now, this takes a single AAA. I have an N-Loop Pro in here, and it's a very simple light. It only has one output level, twist activation. But it is a very good brightness. This is 90 lumens, and it will last for 60 minutes or 1 hour altogether. Now, that runtime is going to vary a little bit based on what cell you have inside. Not all batteries are created equally. I personally like to use nickel metal hydride rechargeables. It's better for the environment. It's more convenient that you can just know that they're fully charged. And this is the kind of light that you might want to just throw in a kit, have on your keychain. Perhaps it's not that large. It could definitely go on a keychain just fine. Because of its single output mode, it is also very friendly to hand over to people that, for whatever reason, maybe they're older, maybe they just have no interest and good with those things, don't want to deal with a light or might find a light with multiple modes intimidating. 90 lumens is more than enough to get down a dark path, find a keyhole, or most of what people want in their day-to-day lives, and it's small enough that they don't have an excuse not to carry it. And for coming in at under £10, or again, possibly free, it is excellent value in my opinion. And there you have it. 5 different items on a budget under £10, or roughly around about $10, that can enhance and improve your EDC right now. Now, I'll have links to all of these items down in the description down below. They are not currently affiliate links, although they may become so in future. Just be aware of that depending on the date that you're watching this video. And thank you very much. If you watched this far, I highly appreciate you, and I hope that you hit that like button and subscribe. It does greatly help the channel. And in terms of helping the channel, we do have a Patreon. The link to so is down below. If you join, it will help make sure that I can bring new things to the channel. But it also helps me improve my phone, so you get better sound and camera quality, and you don't have to put up with my voice in such terrible quality. But thank you all for watching. I've been Paul, and I hope you have a wonderful day.